Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are the
Sarah family, and today we have our special guest. I'm just kidding. He's part of this channel, but you guys don't really get to see him as much. Pero aquí está bien presente el vlog. And we have a little mukbang moment. Joseph está con su dieta, so he didn't want to join me and be a little fatty. So I guess I'll be one by myself. Right now he's trying to like lose weight and stuff, and I'm not, so
I'm trying to lose 15 pounds.
15 pounds, hombre, pues no. And I'm over here like, I'm a bad food influencer, like, huh? Yeah. Like, I'm always want to eat bad. I'll eat pretty good during the week, but on the weekends, ni se diga. So he got a salad from Chick-fil-A. What did you get?
I got the Cobb salad.
A Cobb salad.
And I also got some
extra nuggets.
Extra nuggets, grilled nuggets.
Y yo agarré todo esto porque tengo ya hambre. And then I got a frosted coffee from Chick-fil-A. It's so good. So I got wings again, so ya saben. Si no les gustan los videos donde la gente comen enfrente de ustedes, well, sorry. If you guys don't like the videos where people are eating and talking, well, sorry, because that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to do a Q&A mukbang. I guys ask us questions on Instagram about us, like what do you guys want to know, que platicamos con ustedes. So I got some questions here on my phone, and these are my wings right here. I got boneless hot, and then I got bone-in Louisiana rub. And these are the delicious corn that I was eating last time. So stop what you're doing. Go order some wings or go pick up some Chick-fil-A, because ya sé que se les va a antojar. You guys are gonna literally want some. Last time when I did the Wingstop, so many of you guys told me that you guys ordered Wingstop because you guys started to crave it, and I love that. So yeah, order yourself some wings. I got all my stuff right here, and yeah. He's not even talking because he's all concentrated.
I do like the carrots though.
That's what you put?
That's what I put.
A la dieta. I have a faster metabolism than him or something, because we can eat the same things, but he'll gain weight pretty fast, and I don't gain weight as fast. I mean, I do gain weight, but not like as fast, so he kind of has to watch what he eats.
On my mother's side, I've been blessed by those genes that I can eat the same stuff as she does, but I'll gain a lot of weight. I gained like 15-20 pounds
since you married.
So we got married. So that's why I want to make it a goal. You know, we have about 3 months left of this year, and I want to make it a goal to finish my New Year's resolution, and that was to lose weight and get fit. And it's not done yet, so I still have time.
And I support him. I cook, like, you know, my whatever food, but I'll make him like the healthier version, huh? Like I made these pita wraps, and I made his like a bowl instead of putting it in the bread.
And I'm not being extra, but really, like, I gain weight quick. That's why I don't even drink beer. Like, I can't even drink beer because I'll get a beer belly so quick. So carbs, I gotta be really careful eating.
And also about me, you guys, I do eat kind of bad, but I never finish my food.
And I will finish my food and I finish hers. So that's why.
So he'll finish his food, and then whatever's left over of mine, he'll finish it too, so. Like when we first started dating, he thought I was just being shy, that I didn't really want to eat, but that's literally how I eat. Let me find the questions. There was a lot of questions, so I don't know if we're gonna get through them all, but we will try. The first question says, are we doing Vlogmas this year? And I think we are. Last year I did it, and it's a little bit challenging, like editing and posting a video every single day, but I really do want to do it. So we're gonna try to get that for you guys this year. It should be fun.
It's gonna be fun. You know why? Because we just got, I know you guys, we talk about it all the time, but we just got our house. There's
I'm excited.
There's the first time where I actually feel like I don't have to worry about taking stuff down or not getting comfortable. Going to apartments and renting, you know, I never really wanted to get too comfortable and like, you know, buying stuff, because I was like, you know what, we're gonna end up moving in next year, like why invest in like something expensive or nice, you know, like couches or tables, you're just gonna get dinged up, you know. And finally here, this is where I can finally like rest and be
like go all out type of thing.
Yeah, go all out, you know, where I can put in the extra money and buy the stuff that, you know, where they're gonna last, and I don't mind doing it so much. So this is the first like Christmas at our home. You know, we want to get like a nice Christmas tree that's gonna last us a few years, you know, and not one of those like cheapy $100.
Literally,
ones.
we're still in September, and we went to Sam's Club yesterday. He was about to buy a Christmas tree already. I was like, wait, it seems too soon. He goes, let's just get it before they're not here anymore. But I was like, it doesn't feel right.
Because then they get sold out.
Yeah. We didn't get it, but.
And then ordering it online, it's a hit or miss. You know, you can get one that's good, you can get one that's not good. So I'd rather, if I see it and the price looks just about the same as like online, or even if it's a little bit more expensive, but
this one was nice. It's like 9 feet tall. We have high ceilings, so I think like a really big Christmas tree is gonna be nice. So I'm excited. And we're also gonna be decorating outside, which we've never been able to do because we've always lived in apartments or stuff like that. So we're gonna be able to decorate outside, or we just never did.
And now we have Noah. We have Noah that's very talkative now. Last Christmas he wasn't.
We're excited. Next question is Joseph a jealous person, or is Wendy a jealous person? And I think now we've been together for like 8 years, 9 years. I think before, when we first started dating, he was super jealous. But I think jealousy is like a sign of kind of like an insecurity. We both used to be jealous. I not as much because siempre me valía. Not que me valía, but I was like, lo que es mío, y lo que no es mío. You know, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. I think over the years, like it's like now I don't see he's jealous. Obviously, you know, if a guy's like trying to talk to me or like stuff like that, then yeah. And now, before we didn't have, well, I would never give him my like phone access and stuff, and now I don't care. He could go through anything, whenever, whatever time. I really don't care. Building the trust, because at first you don't really know the person or stuff, you know. Even if you're dating, you don't really know them. So.
And part of it was, you know, a big reason why I was a little jealous was because we had a distant relationship at first. Like, if you guys don't know, I was in the Marine Corps, and I was stationed in 29 Palms, about, what, 2 hours away from, 3 hours away almost?
3 hours from here, yeah.
About 3 hours away, and I was only able to see her on the weekends. You know, sometimes on the weekends, you know, sometimes I was out in the field training, you know, working, doing stuff, you know, in the field, or, you know, especially when I was deployed, you know, to Afghanistan, you know, there were times where
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to see her, and you know, then you get kind of like in the back of your mind, like, you know what, like somebody else giving her the attention, and your mind starts playing games with you a little bit, and that's kind of where the jealousy, there was a little bit of it there, but mainly because of the distance at first, you know, it was just the first like 2 years, it was just distant.
And like back then, I was kind of bad. I would go out a lot.
Bad. She was a baddie.
I would go out a lot. I mean, he wasn't here, so I was like, yo por qué me voy a amarrar, you know, like. I would go out during the week with my friends and my girlfriends. Like, yeah, he was my boyfriend, but I would still go out, you know. It doesn't mean I was doing stuff, but I wouldn't like. So I guess that wouldn't make him like not feel comfortable. And now I see it, but back then, like, me valía. I was so young too. I was barely like 19.
She wasn't even 21. I was like what, 19 when I met you? 20.
Yeah.
So we were like barely getting at that phase where we were barely like legal, not even legally to drink yet. You know, and at that age, you just want to have fun.
And we both, like, we wanted something serious, but at the same time, we still wanted to be young and free and stuff like that. So it was like, not that balance was there. So I get it, but now we're in a different like place in our life completely. Even though we are still young, I feel like our lives are so different now. Like we want different things. We don't care about that partying life. We don't care about going out.
We have like goals.
Yeah, it's
responsibilities, you know. And also another thing that helps me too is, you know, it's just like, you know, that's between her and God, whatever she does, you know. And that's the way I like to see it, you know. Like I can't control you, you can't control me. If something happens, it's between you and God, you know, whether you tell me or not. God knows your thoughts and your heart.
And honestly, yeah. Now that he's mentioning that, I feel like back then when I was younger, like I didn't have God in my life at all. Like I think I barely even believed there was a God. Like now that I do, it just changes everything too. It makes your faith changes a lot of things. So I feel like I'm confident in what I have in my marriage and all that. So I don't really need to be all with that jealousy stuff. So that's just us.
And that just works for us.
Somebody said, how did we meet? I think we've mentioned this a couple of times, but if you guys haven't already seen, we had made a previous mukbang video on how we met, which is pretty old, almost like 2 years ago.
If you go through the past videos, you'll eventually find it.
So we'll just tell you like a little quick story on how we met, because I know we have a lot of new subscribers and a lot of
new attendance,
new people here. So we want to give you guys like a little quick story on how we met. Well, obviously 2013. It was crazy because that same year I had me and my Emma's dad had just like split up like a few months before that. And that summer of 2013 I went on a vacation with my family, and I was trying to like start over and everything, so I had changed my number to a new number. So I was in Mexico with my family. I was in Cancun, and back then on Snapchat, if you had Snapchat back in the day, you know that the only friends you had were your people in your contact, right?
Pretty much.
People in your contact, and you couldn't even like text through Snapchat. Like it had to be actual pictures. You couldn't use old pictures. You couldn't text either or chat, right? You couldn't. Could you chat or no?
Yeah, you could chat.
Yeah.
But it was just harder to catfish someone.
Yeah, it was harder to catfish someone. So I was in Cancun living my best life. Not just kidding, but I was in Cancun. I had Emma. Emma was about, she was a year and like 3 months. She was small. And my family from Mexico had came with us too. And I was like in our hotel or whatever. And back in that day too, I feel like it was such a long time ago. Like technology was like horrible, because I didn't have internet where you went to Mexico unless you paid for it. So I wouldn't pay for it. I didn't have money. I was 18 years old. Like, so I would only be able to get internet when I had a Wi-Fi or connected to Wi-Fi. So other than that, I couldn't text or talk or go on the internet or anything unless I was connected to the Wi-Fi. So I remember that day. It was like early in the morning too. Why were you messaging people so early? It was early. It was like Cancun. It was like 10 in the morning. So for your time it was like 6 or something. Anyways, I get a Snapchat and the name, it like pops up on my phone, and it says his name was like Devil Dog or something.
I was a motivator, you know.
So it said Devil Dog. I was like, oh my god, el diablo me llama. Like I didn't know what a Devil Dog was or anything. So
wait, pause right there. Devil Dog is basically like another name for like
a marine. Yeah.
Jarhead.
But I didn't know that. But for me, I was like, what is this Devil Dog? Like
I was, you know, like 18 now. I wanted a cool name on my Snapchat. So
I was like, should I open? I'm like with my girl cousins. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Should I open it? So I open it, and it's like a selfie of him, right? And he's in like his like uniform, his marine uniform, and he's like, good morning. He said, good morning, Judy. He said, good morning, Judy. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't know who the heck Judy is, but he's cute. Like, and I'm like telling my cousins, I was like, ¿le sigo el cuento? Should I go along with this? Should I send it? Because I had to send the picture back. That's the only way like to communicate was like through pictures. You couldn't chat back then. It was only pictures. So I It took me a while. It took me like an hour probably to respond.
So let me tell you what happened. My version, okay? So my version is I'm gonna fast forward because you know I don't want to be too long into it, but
it's a good story.
on Facebook, there was a girl named Judy. Long story short, I saw the number on her profile.
Damn.
Copied it, pasted it, and sent it on Snapchat. You know, to say what's up. You know. And so Wendy opens a snap and it says like opened. You know, it tells you when it got opened. And then I didn't get a response back after 5 minutes. 10 minutes goes by. 15. I'm like, man, you don't forget it, man. You know, she doesn't like me, this Judy girl. It is what it is. 2 hours later, you tell your partner.
Then I was like, cause I was debating. I was like, should I respond? Should I not? Like, I don't know, like what to think of it. And my cousins were like, whatever, you know, you're single. Who cares? Just like have fun. I was like, whatever. So I took a selfie. I'm getting all cute and stuff, and I was like. I sent them a picture and I was like, I don't know who Judy is, but I'm Wendy. I was like, you know, took my chance, took a shot. I was like, I don't know who Judy is, but I'm Wendy. And then he was like, he fell in love. He was like, well, she's cuter than Judy. Right?
Then 2 weeks later.
Right?
Yes, of course. And 2 weeks later, because I was training in Camp Pendleton. I was in 29 Palms, so it was about 3 hours away. So 2 weeks later after I came back,
yeah, well,
we went on our first date.
we started talking like nonstop on Snapchat, and I remember I was with my family. I'd be like, I have to go get Wi-Fi. Like, I'll be like, we'll be out like in the Mayan pyramids and like looking and all the
But
things.
she
I
was
was
addicted
like,
to me.
I was just like, damn, we need to go find Wi-Fi somewhere. Like, I'll be like with my phone trying to get service so we could talk, because he didn't get that good service and I could only get it on Wi-Fi. So it's like, and I was still gonna be there in Cancun for like another week or something because I had just gotten there. So I was like, we started talking and stuff, and then I find out that he's from close to where I live, and I was like, wow, what a small world. And his parents live close to my parents, and long story short,
another long story
short, we met by accident. It was God's destiny for us, but literally it was by accident. It was like we weren't looking for any, well, maybe he was looking for something, but I wasn't. And yeah, and then here we are 8 years later. That's a long story short.
Next question, because we could talk about this for another like half hour, easy.
Yeah, a lot of them were, how did you and Joseph meet? The first time you guys met. One of them says, any advice on staying happy as a married couple? I think the biggest advice I can ever tell you guys is to put God in your marriage and to make time for each other. Like, time as just like a couple without the kids, because going out as a family is one thing and it's fun and everything, but you need that time just alone with your spouse, even if it's an hour or two, just getting dressed up, not even that dressed up, but just going out for dinner, going to a movie, going to like, you know, something like that, going on vacation.
So basically making time for each other. But I would also say one thing that keeps our marriage and, you know, kind of intakes everything together is not forgetting, you know, to spoil each other. You know, like sometimes she has a long day with Noah, with the kids. You know, I don't even have to tell that. I'll tell, like, you know, I'll just grab Noah, I'll take him out, do errands, or, you know, give her that alone time, you know. And that's one thing I remember, you know, like if I see dishes, like, and I'm not gonna wait for her to do it, you know, I just gotta go and do it. And she'll do the same thing, you know, she sees me tired. Sometimes she'll take Emma to school, or, you know, it's just like, we just help each other out, and you don't forget that, you know, that you have a partner that needs you, you know, and spoil them, you know, like I said, you know.
Yeah, like random acts of kindness is what it is.
Well, I'll send her $10 gift card sometimes to Starbucks, you know, and I know because, you know, maybe I was like rushed to work or something and I didn't say bye, or, you know, and I feel that, you know, like, man, you know what, like I gotta make sure, you know, she remembers that I love her, that she's my girl, you know, she's my queen. Or else that's how other people start giving the attention, and that's where
respect. We're not ones to like cuss each other out ever. I think that's like a really big disrespectful thing you could do, is like call each other names, even if you're angry. We try not to, like, as much as we can. I think before we kind of would, like back in the day, but obviously now we've grown and we've learned that that's not something we should do, and we don't do that anymore at all.
I'm a strong believer that if you're very mad at the moment, go take a lap, you know?
Now you know that.
Now,
you learned the hard way.
I learned so many times, you know, and the only way you learn is through
From your
experience,
mistakes,
you know,
yeah.
from your mistakes. And speaking out of anger, that's one thing that would definitely get you in trouble and ruin a relationship, you know?
It will get them bad. Because I'm one, if I get upset or mad, I stay quiet and I kind of shut down. Because I don't like to speak out of anger, because I'll say things that I'll regret later. And he was opposite. He'll say things and then later be like, but I didn't mean it. I'm like, but you said it.
Yeah.
And he learned. I'm like, just, if we get mad, just give each other space, cool off, and then come back. Because in a couple hours, it won't be such a big deal than what it was at the moment. And in the moment, you're probably like, you say other stuff that like weren't even like about that. You just bring up all other stuff, and that's when
and it wouldn't be like anything big. It would just be like something small and dumb, you know, like she'll get like upset about it and I get mad or something, and
it gets bigger than what it should have been. Yeah, we've grown a lot in like the years that we've been together, and it's through trial and error, like a lot of it. So
especially since I was like I said, like I was in the military, the Marines, strict, you know, if you mess up, it was like always like cussing, and that's like the environment I was exposed to, you know, like in the military. So for me, I used to try to bring that into the relationship, and it didn't work out so well. But next question.
Next question is a question that we get a lot, and we get asked a lot too, is if we want more babies.
Baby. Maybe one more baby, not babies. I think just one more baby.
We were in between like having one or two, and I feel like now, maybe because Noah's in the terrible twos, so we're just like, all right, just maybe one. And we definitely do want one more baby. The number two is very up in the air, more like a no. No, we used to be like 2 for sure, 2 more for sure, but now we're just like, okay, 1 more for sure, 2 maybe not so much.
Yeah, we'll revisit
like, we'll
this.
revisit it after we have another baby, but we definitely do want another baby, and it's in the works, so maybe anytime soon. So we are trying to have a baby, but not like rushing it. So
yeah.
What did you say when I told you I had a daughter?
Well, she was like,
I told him right away.
She told me right away.
Like literally that same day.
I think like within the 3rd snap, I think you told me or something.
Because I was like, if he's gonna date me or he's gonna like me, he needs to know I'm not gonna have my kid. Like, so I was like, I'm a combo, you know, I come with some fries. You either want the whole combo or you don't want anything at all, because it's not just me. I have to think about like my child too. So I told him right off the bat, like, hey, I have a kid. Like, if that's cool with you, let's move on. If it's not, then adios, you know? Somebody asked, do you get tired of Wendy's addiction to Starbucks?
It's not the addiction, it's the order that gets me irritated. I'm gonna be real with you guys, you know? It's just like,
I got a complicated order.
like in a rush, or you know, Noah's in the back crying, or whatever the case may be, you know, you don't got all the time and patience, you know, because certain circumstances are around. Then that's when I'm kind of like, ugh, like just order like a nice coffee with like.
But I don't think he necessarily cares, because he's the one that like buys me coffee, because he knows that that's what makes me happy. So he's in the happy wife, happy life.
And it's not every day. It's like once or maybe twice a week. You know, it's a $5 coffee, and sometimes that's going back to like previously we said making time for each other. That's.
And then sometimes before, like when we would get upset, he knows that if he buys me coffee, I'll be happy. So
I don't know what she's talking about.
So he'll be like, "I'll buy you coffee."
I never bought coffee for you when you were upset.
Okay.
Well, anyways, while she's looking for another question, this is kind of something I just wanted to share with you guys, is that I'm taking some time off work. So if you're following us on social media, which I think she posts it down below. If you're not following us, follow me, follow her, you know.
I'll put it right here too so you guys can follow us.
Yes, follow us, you know, but you know, stay updated a little bit quicker than in the videos.
Make more videos.
Make more videos, make more baby. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just taking some time off, so if you guys do see it, that's the reason.
If you guys see us fighting more, that's why. I'm just kidding.
If you see me buying more Starbucks, then you know why. I'm just kidding. But yeah, guys, I just want to let you guys know, you know, the wife lets me have being home. I think
it's a different adjustment too for me, because I'm so used to like him not being home at all, and I'm like, oh wait, you're here again.
Where's your next family vacation? So our next family vacation, it kind of depends, you know. Right now,
we're gonna see like if I'm pregnant and all that.
If she's pregnant, if you know they shut down the airport.
We kind of take it. We want to go to Guadalajara again. And next year we want to plan a vacation, but then again, it's like the unknown is what kind of keeps us back. And I think we're in between going to Hawaii. Are we?
Hawaii.
Yeah, we don't know. I think maybe Hawaii, because we always try to do 3 vacations, which is one just me and him, one just us 4 as a family, like us and the kids, and then like another one with my parents or maybe his parents and my siblings. So that's how we try to do different vacations, or like family, a bigger family, and then like everybody. So it depends. Maybe we'll do Hawaii with like everybody, and then we'll see where me and him go, and then what we do with the kids. So I think that's important to make time for different parts of the family too.
But like a little mini vacay will probably be like maybe getting a cabin later,
oh yeah,
later this fall or early winter. You know, let the kids experience, you know, the snow. And
somebody says, what do you and your husband do for fun together with no kids? Well, no, I'm just kidding. We like to go on like dinner dates a lot. Mostly that's what we do. Go out to eat, or watch a movie. We don't really go watch movies that much.
Not too much, no.
What
we're going like on 3 movie dates maybe this year. Just me and you.
But mostly going out to eat, just the 2 of us having a drink, or going just to get a coffee. Sometimes we're just at his mom's house and we're just like, let's sneak out and let's go get a coffee, like me and you, and we leave for like maybe 30 minutes the most, and then come back like. Or
sometimes we leave like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It just depends, you know. Like most of the time, it's like if they're watching our kids for a little bit, then we'll just sneak out.
Like yesterday when we went on our date yesterday, his mom was so happy that we were taking Noah, because they get to spend that like one-on-one time with them, and like without us there type of thing. So they took him to the park, and they bought him McDonald's, and
Emma's with her dad this weekend, so
we usually will leave both of them too.
Yeah, usually we leave both of them, but sometimes, you know, they do like that one-on-one with Noah too.
So it's funny because sometimes my mom and like his mom kind of like fight over the kids. Like, I want to watch them. No, I want to watch them. No, bring them to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like yesterday, I told my mom, I'm gonna take them with my suegra. Well, bring them to me. I'm like, you're not even home. So it's like they love watching them. Is what I'm trying to tell you guys. I don't feel guilty. At least with our parents, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I feel bad leaving them, but they want to. They literally ask us to take the kids. So. And we're definitely blessed with that.
Noah slept over last night. Yeah. That's how we have like the opportunity to kind of
film today too, without a crying toddler.
Yeah, so it's good, you know, and it gives a little bit of our one-on-one. Like yesterday, all we did was watch a movie on Netflix.
And then he fell asleep.
And then I fell asleep early because I was tired.
I think the last question is, somebody's like, how hard was it to start dating with having a kid being so small, and how did Joseph accept it? So that's definitely a question that we can talk for a long time, because I know some of you guys might be going through the same thing, or you're probably co-parenting, or you're probably about to get a divorce. I don't know what your situation is or what, and I know you probably have kids and are wondering like, when is it okay to bring my child around somebody else? Or I think the biggest thing is knowing that they're gonna be somebody for a long term and not just somebody that's temporary. I think I brought Emma around when we were like 4 months dating or
something like that. Yeah.
Like I did not bring her right away. Like he knew about her, he saw pictures, but I did not introduce her to him right away because I wanted to make sure it was somebody that was going to be like a long term, like somebody I saw a future with, and it wasn't just going to be like a hit it and quit it type of thing, you know?
I mean, yes, definitely when it's involving kids and children, you know, you want to make sure that the person you're introducing them is, you know, someone that's you have confidence in, you know, somebody, you know, whatever the person is, you know, maybe they're not doing drugs, or maybe, you know, they're not, you know, in gangs, or whatever the case may be.
You need to make sure not just think about yourself, because you have to think about your child too. Like if it's somebody like that you see like them being a good influence on your child too. I don't think there's like a time frame or a timeline I can give you. Like I can't tell you, oh, after 6 months, or wait 1 year, or bring them right away, because you just kind of have to trust your gut and just, you know, go with that. Because and if you wait too long, and then it's going to be harder for the kids to adjust. And how about if they don't like your kid? And if you do it too soon, then and they didn't work out, and you already brought somebody around your kid, then that's not good either. So I can't really tell you how long to wait, when to do it, when's the right time. You just kind of have to trust yourself, and, you know,
Trust yourself, look out for the signs. Yes, big time, look out for the signs. You know, you want somebody that you can see like having a future with, like she said.
I mean, that's for me, speaking as a mom having a kid, but from him, it was definitely an adjustment for him too, because he had never been around kids, so he didn't know how to be around kids. Emma was small, she was 1.5 years. She was still using bottles, she still had diapers, she still had a pacifier, like she still was like a little baby. So for him, like coming, like he was dating me, but he wasn't just dating me, like I had a kid, so he had to learn how to be a dad as well. And he was young, he was 20.
18, 19. 18,
he was
19,
no, he was 19.
19. Yeah, 19.
He was like 9, so he was still a kid himself. And I was forcing him, I wasn't forcing him because I didn't make him do anything. It was his choice. So he had to learn how to be a boyfriend at the time, and also like a dad figure. So it was definitely something like that was just like sprung upon him, and like he wasn't ready for it. But he did good.
Yeah, for the most part I did good, you know.
We had to do a little like tweaking here and there, and teach him things here and there.
I didn't even know how to hold Emma, and then
he would carry her so weird. Like he'll be like, I don't know how, but he didn't have any smaller siblings. All his siblings are grown, and he didn't have any nieces or nephews. Literally nobody that were babies.
I didn't like know what I was getting into at first. Like as far as, I mean, I knew she had a kid, but I didn't know like what I was getting into. You know, once I started hanging out with Emma, and
sometimes he'll be like, why is she crying? I'm like, because that's what they do. Like,
why is she crying?
He wouldn't understand. Also for us, it was harder because we would only see each other on the weekends. So like
if Emma wasn't with her dad that weekend, like,
she'll be with us type of thing.
So I had literally like 2 weekends, like if that, because sometimes I'll be training, I'll have maybe 2 weekends, just me and her, and it'll be like Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday I'll leave Sunday morning. So 2 nights every other month. I mean, every other.
And we didn't live with each other. We were just dating at the point, so we'd only see each other for a couple hours, and then I would go home, and it was like, it was harder also because we had a minimum time together, like limited time is what I mean. Like, so I mean, Emma would go on with her dad every other weekend, so on the weekends she'll be with her dad. It would be just me and him. So I was your first like real girlfriend too. Like,
that will say that for another story, you know, but yeah.
So you also have to learn how to be like a boyfriend. I had already had a previous relationship that was like long, you know, that I had brought around my parents and all that, like, so I had already gone through that. And for him, I was his first like official, I guess, real girlfriend, and that was also, he had to learn how to be like a boyfriend, and he had to learn how to be like a dad too. So all that was like just like sprung upon him. So it was an adjustment. It was hard in the beginning too, but here we are. We did it. Lo hicimos. We did it.
Yeah.
And we're still super young, and we're still in our 20s, so that's why sometimes we feel old and we're not that old. But
and I like that we grew together. I mean, I mean, pretty much when we were like barely married and stuff, like there'll be times where like I didn't even have money for like gas or something. I'm just like, man, I don't get paid for like another 3 days. Our first townhouse in the military, you know, getting married, and it's just like how we progressed and getting out of the military, and then I couldn't even find a job when I first got out. Like like a lot of people see like where we are now, and they're like, oh, you know, you gotta be humble. If you would have known us like when we first started, I mean,
we didn't have a dining table.
We would literally eat from a cardboard box in the middle of the dining room table, sitting down. And Emma was like two and change, like she was like, or close to 3. And this was like, she was like 3, huh? Something like that.
She was, yeah, when we got married and I moved to live at the base, Emma was 3. So yeah, at the time we couldn't afford to buy a dining table. It was either the couches or dining tables. Or like, all right, let's buy couches first. So.
And I remember I'll be like, let's flip the table, Emma. We'll put tape on the cardboard box, and we literally threw like one of her small blankets. And that was our table.
We ate like crisscross applesauce.
And
we did that for like a month or something.
No, a little bit more. Wait, a little bit more than that. Yeah, and I bought a couch. One of the guys I was in the military with, he's like, you know, I'm leaving. I'm going stationed somewhere else. And it had like a little hole in it, but you know, it was presentable enough for us to sit. And I bought it for like $100 or something. And you know, like we start off with that.
And our washer and dryer, we bought like used ones.
Used like $200. It made like weird noises and. So that's how we started.
And then his mom gifted us a dining table that she got off Goodwill or something. But everything we had was like used and stuff. But we were grateful.
Keep in mind, we're living with our parents, you know, even though we were like married and stuff, because, you know, we didn't have anywhere to really like live, you know, like I was saving up money. I was making like $800 every 2 weeks, and you know,
I was going to school, so I was working part-time.
She had like college debt, and I had like car expenses, you know, and phone expenses and pay. So we're just trying to make it work, and then little by little we started getting our stuff together. And
I remember when we would be like, man, one day we're gonna have a house, but we couldn't see how we were gonna get out of this like whole kind of.
It felt like we take one step forward and like we're like 2 steps back, you know. That's how it felt like. All the time.
Like I never felt like I was gonna finish school. I never felt like I was, because I would go to one school and I would drop out. And I would go to another school and I would drop out until I found like the nursing school that I liked. And it took me like 1.5 years to finish. So I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going, and I just felt like we were like lost until we finally felt like, I don't know how or what, but we got our life together.
Yeah, like I started selling cars, you know. Luckily that kind of like helped set me going a bit, and like within 3 or 4 months of doing that, we got an apartment in Granada Hills. I literally had like maybe like $7,000 saved up, 8,000, and I was like, you know what, let's get our own spot. So then we went from that, you know, finally.
And then that same years when we felt like our life was finally getting better.
We had Noah, everything.
I got pregnant. We had our bigger wedding that year, and we got our first official apartment here in the valley, and I finished school. Like that year felt like it was like, all right, stuff is happening, like the wheels are turning, like we're going places now. And then after that COVID hit.
After that COVID hit, and then we were trying to get a house, that didn't go through. So we had a setback, you know, but for every setback, you know, you just got to be patient.
Come back stronger. Because
you come back stronger. And so instead of like, you know, obviously before we were spending our money like dumb, you know, there's no other word to say it, but it was just dumb the way we were spending it. Then we started getting into like Dave Ramsey. She made the binders, and we kind of got started getting our finances. Yeah, we literally
blow all our checks, like eating out. And obviously, yeah, we do eat out right now, and we do go out, but the difference now is that we don't really have any debt.
Like I said,
but yeah, like back then I was working full-time and he was working full-time. It still felt like we didn't have money, like ever. I was like, how are we both making good money and we always feel like we're broke, like we're doing something wrong here? And that's when we started like changing our like finances into like a better thing. I was like, all right, like we need to only spend this much on food and this much on this, and like budgeting more stuff. And I was able to save money and pay off my cars. And then that's when like we felt like, all right.
And when COVID hit for like a few months, how long was it? Like 8 months we were living at your parents' house?
Oh yeah.
And literally there was 4 of us at times living in one bed, like one queen size bed. And we're grateful for my in-laws, but
For 8 months, yeah, we lived with my parents in one room. All 4 of us slept in a bed because we were in the process of buying a house, and then COVID hit, and then we couldn't move out, and we were pretty much stuck
We're stuck, and then Wendy was like, you know, we finally made a decision, like, you know what, we saved up a little bit, but we need to get our own space, and then we got the apartment in Canyon Country. You know, if you haven't seen it on previous videos, you'll see that too.
It was pretty small too.
But we started off from eating on the floor with cardboard box, you know, because we couldn't even afford a table at the time for a few months, and now here we are. So we just want to let you guys know.
Look at our new table.
Now we got a table.
But it's crazy now how, like, we both went from working full time, and now I don't work and I have a different source of income, but we didn't think we would be where we are now, and now look at us, like,
now I could take 2-3 months off for a little bit, you know.
And we're still good because now we feel like we're more stable. We have money saved and our bills are paid, and everything feels like it's pretty smooth right now, and it feels like we did it type of thing.
So I just want to encourage you, you know, if you're watching this, if you made it this far into the video, you know, and you have discouragement, you have a setback, remember that everything is gonna just keep going, you know. Don't give up, you know. Why would you stop where it sucks right now? Keep pushing. Don't give up, you know.
Even if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's there. It feels like
she was working 2 jobs at one point, 2-3 jobs, you know. And I was working about 60 hours and selling cars, trying to make something happen because COVID happened and business was slow, and you know, I still had bills to pay, and you know, she was working and we're trying to see for a house, and just keep pushing. Eventually you'll get through it. That's all, folks.
Thanks for coming to our TED Talk. Oh yeah, that's a little bit of advice we could give you guys, is just don't give up. Eventually things get better, and eventually things work out, and yeah, just keep pushing, keep moving forward, and always put God in the center of your life. Worked for us, and here we are to be like kind of like a testimony of how things are.
And we still got other plans.
Oh, yeah. We're not done.
We're not even close to being done. Like, this was a great chapter, but we're ready to start even going higher. You know why? Because the sky's the limit. And I always tell you, you know, time waits for no one. So go and get it. Stay strong, stay motivated.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching our video. We love you guys, and you guys are amazing for supporting us, and we have an amazing community of people that are always liking, commenting, sharing all of our stuff, and we see you guys and thank you guys. We really love you guys.
I appreciate all you guys. If you see anybody that this might if you see anybody that, you know, might be encouraged by this, you know, share it with them, you know. I mean, motivational videos helps me, you know, and I go and look at that when I'm feeling kind of down.
I'm all emotional. That's me in every video. I'm just kidding. I always want to cry.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.